やっほー、きみです。皆さん元気ですか？私はちょっと今日は疲れています。Anyway, today we are going shopping in a Japanese supermarket. Japanese supermarkets are actually quite different from supermarkets in many other countries. Let's learn some useful vocabulary first, and I'll also explain some interesting cultural differences too. First, vegetables. 野菜. So I'm gonna say some Japanese vegetables so you can guess what the vegetable it is. Okay, let's start. First, tomato. I guess that's easy. Tomato. Next, きゅうり. Cucumber. キャベツ. Cabbage. Next one's difficult. にんじん. Carrot. たまねぎ onion じゃがいも potato. How many did you get? Japanese supermarkets always have these vegetables, but many vegetables and fruits are very seasonal. One interesting thing about Japan is the supermarket really change with the seasons. Japanese people love eating shun, which means foods that are in season. For example, watermelon, suica is mainly a summer fruit. In early summer around June, you often see both Japanese cherry called sakuranbo and American cherry, which is American cherry, sold at the same time. Japan has 4 clear seasons we call shiki. So spring, summer, autumn, and winter we call haru, natsu, aki, fuyu. So many people enjoy eating foods that are in season. I guess we believe like seasonal food is delicious and nutritious and also tasty. And okay, next, oniku, the meat. This one I also explained earlier episode. So we have 鶏肉 chicken, 豚肉 pork, 牛肉 beef. Did you get it? These are the 3 meats you see almost everywhere. Sometimes you find ラム肉, which is lamb, but it's much less common. I guess Hokkaido, we eat Jingis-kan for ram. But not much the other part, I guess. One thing that surprises many visitors is the way meat is cut. In many Western countries, people often cook with a large piece of meat in the oven. In Japan, people usually cook with a frying pan, so most meat is sliced very thin. That's why it's sometimes difficult to find a big block of beef. Another interesting thing is あいびき肉. あいびき肉 mixed ground beef and pork. Many supermarkets mainly sell mixed ground meat instead of 100% beef. So if you want to make an American style beef burger, it can sometimes be a little difficult. And I guess why? Like a gyoza, dumplings, we normally use あいびき肉 and also the other Japanese dish. So we tend to use beef and pork mixtures. I guess that's why. Whole chickens are also rare, so we can only get Christmas time. Otherwise, I normally go to Costco to get the whole chicken, or Gyomu supermarket, which is a special different supermarket. Anyway, now let's look at daily. 牛乳 milk, 卵 eggs. Milk is usually sold in 1 liter cartons. Compared with countries where people eat cereal every morning, Japan doesn't have as many different sizes. Eggs are also interesting. In some countries, it's easy to see labels like organic, free range, or cage free. But in Japan, those labels do exist, but they're often much harder to notice. So it isn't always easy to tell the difference just by looking. So the word organic, we sometimes say organic in katakana or yuki. So like organic vegetable, we say yuki yasai, like that. And free range, we call hanashigai. So free range egg, hanashigai tamago. And cage free is hiragai. And then hiragai tamago, which is cage free eggs. Okay, finally, let's look at bread. We say pan. So Japanese bread is usually much smaller. You often see bread sold as 4 slices, 6 slices, or 8 slices per loaf. The loaf is the same size, but the thickness changes. Personally, I think bakery bread in Australia was amazing than Japan. But Japan is famous for sweet bread. Japanese sweet bread is amazing, but be careful. Sometimes you think you are buying a donut with raspberry jam, and then it's actually that was anko, which is red bean paste, or maybe kareーパン, which is curry bread. Reading the label is very important. And we don't really actually have raspberry jam donuts in Japan either. Yeah, I don't know why. Anyway, that's one of the fun surprises of shopping in Japan. So next episode, let's actually practice using these words in Japanese. So see you next time. じゃあね。きみでした。